Hello, and welcome to Ask Me About K-Pop, the essential guide for recent converts and seasoned fans alike. My name is Shannon.
And I'm Angelica.
And welcome to episode 1 of episode 4s of Best of 2019.
Episode 4.
4's episodes of... Well, episode 1 of 4 is what I was trying to say, but I got too excited.
It's okay.
Because there was so much good music this year, guys, that there's no way we could only talk about it once.
Yeah. Because last year when we did our end of the year episode, we just did one episode where we had like 9 categories and we counted down our top 3 and talked about our number 1. And this year we were like, there's no fucking way we can only have 9 we need a whole month of end of the year episodes. So that's what we're doing. And today's part 1.
Today is part 1. And a reminder that one of the parts is going to be about your favorite moments.
Yes.
Moment from 2019.
Moment.
We've already gotten so many. They're so amazing. You guys are the best. I can't wait to read them. But if you would like to submit your favorite moment of 2019 for you can send us an email, amakpoppod@gmail.com. Just pick one thing that you loved this year, whether it was discovering a new group, making a new K-pop friend, going to an event or a concert, learning a dance, whatever it was that you're always going to remember.
Your K-pop highlight of 2019.
Yeah, and we can't wait to read them. So please send those in. As if you're hearing this episode on the day it came out, send them in right now because you only have a few more days left.
Yes, the deadline is December 7th. So it's amakpoppod@gmail.com with 2 P's for pop pod.
Beautiful. All right, so today, to kick everything off, we thought we would start by talking about some of our favorite, just some, because this was very hard to do, once again, some of our favorite B-sides from the year. And I just thought I'd take a moment in case anybody doesn't know. The reason that things are called B-sides is because when albums...
Once upon a time,
they would print albums on vinyl on these big discs that you would play
circular
in your
objects.
player. But the single, the cool song you knew from the radio, was on side A. But because it was expensive to be printing these things, you want to get the most out of it. So they would print another song on side B.
Yeah.
So a B-side is another song from the album that isn't the single that you know about. So just in case nobody knew where that term came from, we like to be educational.
Yeah, before we had CDs, we had vinyl records, which had 2 sides.
And we're talking about CDs like anybody has CDs anymore.
Actually, I saw a funny tweet the other day that was like, wait, people help me. Do you not listen to your K-pop CDs? Because someone said, if they companies started putting blank CDs, how long would it take for people to notice? And many people responded no, I listen to my CDs. But some people were like, well, I don't have a CD player. So it was kind of 50-50.
Yeah, I'm of that. I'm in that group these days. I bought a car in 2015 that did not come with a CD player because I guess they're over that.
My car has a CD player still.
Yeah, and I have a MacBook Air which doesn't have a CD thing. So yeah, I'm out of that game too.
The car is the only place I can listen to CDs.
Well, I'm glad you can because that's how I got you into K-pop. I burned you shiny CDs.
And I still have those in my car. Shannon would make me shiny compilations with a home printed picture of Mino on it as a CD cover. I'm gonna take a picture of those. I still have them. They're
I also made you one before the A-Pink concert. I made you an A-Pink best of to be I'm dragging you to this concert. So
yeah, you made me a best of and you burned me a copy of Pink Memory.
Oh, that's nice of me.
It was nice of you. And I still have those today.
That's really great. I'm glad that you have them. Okay, all that to say, we tried to pick some favorite B-sides and it was hard. And I still feel I literally texted you did you really pick 5? Are you sure you picked 5? You want to make it 7?
And I said, no, Shannon, I struggled to narrow it down.
So I decided to struggle too. And I think I'm okay with my choices. And I think we're going to maybe be able to make up some with our other episodes. We might be able to win some of this back, get it all out there. Because again, There was too much good music this year.
Yeah, there really was quite a surplus.
All right, so we should just get into it, shall we?
We shall. Yours are in no particular order.
True.
Is that correct?
They were in I just need to pick order.
Fair enough. I ranked mine.
Okay. So do you want to hit us first with your number 5?
I'll go first with my number 5. My number 5 favorite B-side of this year was from Super Junior's album Time Slip, and it is called Heads Up. So this song, like I said, was on the album Time Slip, which came out on October 14th. This was the 9th studio album for Super Junior, and their first since they all have been released from the military.
Yes.
And I really liked this album overall, but I picked this as my favorite B-side because it is simply groovy. Like, I just love the instrumentation is simple, and the lyrics are sexual. Wow.
Yeah.
Just a few highlights.
Please.
Why is it melting like cream in my mouth?
Woo.
I'm already to the brim and overflowing.
Yikes.
In the enduring darkness, our senses are heightened. What we want is obvious. Bring me to my knees.
Oh, my word.
Super Junior. Dirty.
Super Junior.
Dirty men. But they're men. So I like it when they sing to me like that. So that's number 5.
That's great. I love that. Again, mine were in no particular order, so I'm gonna go alphabetical order by group just to try to make it fair. So my first B-side is from CLC's album Number 1, and the song is called Breakdown. But now it doesn't matter with you. I'm done. 널 위한 배려는 all stop. I'm done. I loved this one. I just feel like the vibe of it is so... It's just got a very, like, unique, like, chill, kind of cool vibe. But the song is about, like, that moment where you are, like, maybe starting a relationship with somebody, but then you see what kind of person they actually are, and the whole thing kind of breaks down. Like, that's why it's called Breakdown. But then they say at the end of the chorus, like, but it's like nothing happened, and this is a beautiful night. Like, you're better off without this person, and, like...
Wow. That's like, a very mature topic.
Yes.
And I was going to say, like, just listening to it, it sounds like a much more mature direction for
it was
CLC.
On the album with No on it. And No was about, like, I don't care about your beauty standards.
Yeah.
And, like, so I think there was a kind of, like, mature ladies. Power, like, you know, taking control of your own. Yes. Yeah. And this song was just, like, another extension of that. And I've listened to this to death this year, so.
Amazing. Good choice. CLC. All right, because I ranked them, my number 4 pick was Mamamoo, Where Are You? This song was on their album called White Wind, which came out on March 14th. It's their 9th EP, and it was the final piece of their 4 seasons, 4 colors project, in which each album, they released 4 albums in a row that all were like themed on one color and focused on one, both season and one member. And so the White Wind album was for winter, and it was Wheein's album.
Right.
So, which means that Wheein has a solo song on it. I really like I always love Mamamoo. I think that in general, their albums are very consistent for me. And I had a really hard time like picking just one B-side off of this album. But I ended up choosing Where Are You because I thought that it was simple, and like I really love the instrumentation of this song. And it ultimately is kind of like a simple track and just really highlights and relies on what great singers Mamamoo is or are. And that's what my favorite thing about them is their incredible voices. The lyrics of this song are just sort of like, where are you, my dream man? Which is just like, relatable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love this song. It gets stuck in my head all the time. This whole project, the 4 seasons, 4 colors thing, I thought was really cool. And I really liked all 4 of the albums.
Yeah.
But this was the only one that came out this year. So that's why I considered it.
Love it. Okay. I said alphabetical order. So my next one is GFRIEND, Our Secret. So this was on GFRIEND's second full album, which was called Time for Us, and it came out back in January or February. This song has been part of my year all year. This is like, I think the reason that this had to be like an entry is because you all know that not secretly, but I love bubblegum girl group music.
Unabashedly.
We just don't talk about it much here on the show because it's not like a shared interest. But I love this song because it just like has that element that like I can never put my finger on of like that perfect cheesy girl groupie music, but it's fun, and I like love the whistly instrumentation. It's like very interesting, and I also just think like Yuju and Sinbi have like such interesting voice. I just really like their voices. So I honestly loved this whole album and just had to pick one song. So I picked Our Secret because I just decided it was the funnest.
Great.
So that's all.
My number 3 pick, since I ranked them, my number 3 pick is COOKIN. What do you think? As time goes by, I love you more and more, COOKIN. This song came out on Lonely Night, which was released on January 7th. It was their 3rd single EP, meaning that it was released as like technically a single, but it had 3 tracks on it. This is the first release of theirs that had new member Dongwon and their new agency. And I love Lonely Night, and I think that the other song on that little mini, whose the title of it escapes me at the moment, but it's a solid EP all around. Like these 3 tracks are all very good, and I chose this one in particular because it's an emotional ballad, and it is just so pretty. They are just such pretty singers, even the ones that have the really low register. I think that their voices mix really well together, and there's a lot of really beautiful harmonies in this song. The lyrics are just sort of like, I love you, I hope that you love me, kind of idea. And the pre-chorus just like makes me emotional, and I just like want to listen to it on a rainy day under a blanket. And I have just so loved Falling for COOKIN this year. It's been like a real highlight of mine for sure. And I can't wait to see what they continue to do.
Yay. Okay. All right. Alphabetical order. So my next song is GOT7 지나간 기억을 걸어보는 중이야 너와 함께 했을 그 일이 보고파서 영원히 같이 하자던 널 떠올려보지만 우린 이제 끝이 향해. So this song was on GOT7's album Spinning Top Between Security and Insecurity. That was the one where Eclipse was the title track. This song was written by Yugyeom, lyrics and song, and it's a breakup song. Kut means the end, it's done. And so
if we were to look it up, how would we spell
I think people do write it as The End. Like you can find it under the title The End, but like it's on my phone and on everything, like just listed as good. So, but I think The End will work as well.
Okay.
I love this song. It's so vibey and it's like really, really pretty. And I feel like it like moves through a lot of like, it just like has a lot of like movements, but it still stays in this kind of like low place. And I think one of the things I love the most about it is that Mark and Jackson sing a lot on it. And I think they have like very interesting voices and like hearing
I love
them
when
like
Mark sings.
Yeah, a lot of that clip I just played was Mark like singing.
It's a dangerous one for me.
So that was like a thing that I liked about it a lot. Like you can definitely like feel the emotion in it. It's like one of those like sad breakup songs. Like the chorus ends with like, and you'll go someplace warmer where I'm not there. Like,
oh man, what happened to Yu-Gi-Oh?
I don't know. But he was feeling it. Whatever it was, he had a rough time.
Going through it.
Yeah, so that's The End by GOT7.
I love it. Good suggestion. Good recommendation. My number 2 pick is for Wavy, Face to Face.
Woo, vocals.
Yes, that song is, so that song was off of Take Over the Moon, which came out on October 29th. It was their second EP, and that is a vocal unit song. So on Take Over the Moon, they had 2 tracks that sort of split up the group because Wavy is a 7-member group, and they have 3 vocalists and 4 rappers. And so this song, Face to Face, is the vocalist track, which features Kun, Ten, and Xiaojun. And before you at me, yes, I know it's in Mandarin, but Wavy is a K-pop group because they're under SM and they make K-pop even though they promote in China.
Yeah.
They don't make C-pop. Anyway, I love this song for a variety of reasons. Of course, I love Wavy, as you all already know. But this song, like the first time I heard it made me immediately emotional just because it's so beautiful. Like the 3 of them are incredible vocalists, and they don't over-sing in this song, in the sense that like this song is not about belting and hitting a high range and like, you know, showing off.
Song,
yeah, it's not showing extravagant vocals. The song is about the emotion behind it. And when I listened to it without looking up the lyrics or anything, to me, it just seemed like an incredibly comforting song of someone sort of like noticing that you were down and taking your hand in that moment and like saying that they would be there for you. And it like, it honestly brought me to tears the first time I heard it. And like, I don't know, I'm just a sap, but whatever, it did. And then I looked up the lyrics, and my mama senses were right, because they really are my children. And that's exactly what the song is about. It's about comforting someone who says that they're fine, but isn't. The lyrics are just sort of like, you know, stepping a little closer, listening more attentively. I won't let you quietly smooth out your scars by yourself. And it's just beautiful. And I want to cry just listening to it.
Oh, that's really nice. That one's really, really pretty. Really, really pretty.
I love Wavy.
Oh, I know you love Wavy.
We need a moment. Okay, your turn.
Okay.
Please excuse me.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll have to take a moment too, because my next choice is Monsta X, You Are. So this is off their most recent album, Follow. This song was written by bane of my existence in Changkyun. I can't believe he was capable of this, except that I knew that he was. all along. But like this is like shirt rippy in the rain R&B that like I live for.
There's like a heart-wrenching in the vocals.
Yes. It's like, and the song is like very sexy and like very angsty. It like seems to be like, the vibe I'm getting seems to be like, yeah, we like want to fuck, but like we're maybe broken up, or like something about the relationship is like wrong. But everybody in it like still maybe wants fuck, like one night, but like, well, if we have this one night, then we'll have to forget everything else that's happening, and like, ooh, I don't know. But it's like, oh, I just but
I'm just so horny.
Yes. But like Wano and Shonu's like vocals in the chorus are just like so nuts, and then like there's all these like little like Hyungwon lines that are like and like I don't know, it's just like every element of the song is perfect, and it's my favorite song on the album, and it's like, oh, it's so good. And again, I'm so pissed that this comeback was ruined, because like, this album was good, and this was my favorite track on it. So you are Monsta X.
Good wreck.
Thank you.
Monsta X wrecking us all.
Always.
Well, speaking of sexy tracks, my number one track, my number one B-side of this year had to be number one because it came out in January, and I still to this day listen to it all the time, and I'm like, this song fucking rules.
Yeah, that's a real sign of a song that you like, where if you're not tired of it 11 months later.
I could literally listen to the song every day and never get tired of it, and it is Astros Roleplay. I'm obsessed with the guitar in that song.
Yes.
I'm obsessed with it. This song came out on their debut studio album, first studio album, All Light, which was released on January 16th. And that is the album that they were promoting when we got to see them live. And I was utterly heartbroken that they didn't perform this song, but I guess it's just like too sexy to do in person.
Probably.
To be honest, the lyrics of this song are kind of all over the place. Like, it doesn't really make sense, but it's, I guess, in a sense, like, I would like to be in a relationship with you, but I don't know anything about love or being in a relationship, but maybe we can just pretend, like, role play with me. But obviously role play is, like, also a sexy thing. And this song is so sexy. Like, everything about the vibe of it is just, like, gorgeous. Like I said, I'm obsessed with the guitar in it. I love the vocals. That line of like, love is a lie is just so dramatic. It makes me laugh, but I love it. And there was something else I wanted to say about this song, and let me think if I can remember what it was.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. I guess I mean, Astro is also a group that I like fell into this year as well. Maybe toward the tail end of last year's when I got into them. But yeah, this song, like, it came out at the beginning of the year, and I just like really don't get tired of it. This whole album I still think is very good. And this song really just like consistently is fantastic to me. I just absolutely love it. And that whole like flamenco breakdown in it.
Yes, it's so wacky and good.
I like didn't expect it. And like when the song first started, I was like, ooh, I like this guitar. And then they take a whole bridge to just like savor the guitar. And I was like, yes! I love Astro. Fuck yeah, Astro.
Yeah, that's a 2019 highlight, Astro being part of our year. Because last summer was when we first got like tuned into Astro. But because they had this comeback so early in the year.
Yeah. And this I think is a perfect example of how Arohas have been having a much wilder time than we knew.
Than we thought, yeah.
Because Astro gets sexy, and I did not expect that from them.
True.
The boys in the bottles in the sand.
Those boys?
They want to role play?
In their lace shirts?
How dare you?
Oh, that's a great one. I'm really glad you picked that one, because like I would have if I hadn't struggled over the ones I did pick. Okay, now I'm feeling guilty that I went in alphabetical order, because now I feel like I'm going to end this on a bummer note, and I didn't mean to.
Well, it's okay.
Okay.
It's too late now.
It's too late now.
We still have our random game to pull it up for us.
We'll see what happens. Okay, so
We're gonna get like the saddest ballad.
Probably.
Lay it on us, Shannon. What's your last pick?
My last pick is Taeyang Blue. So this song was on Taeyang's single that came out in April called 4 Seasons. 4 Seasons was the title track, and then this was like the actual B-side because it was just a single. So a lot of people, there's no confirmation of this, but a lot of people interpret this song to be about Jonghyun because the lyrics are, I call your name and no one answers. And my days still look the same, like, but you're not in them, and like you're always my blue, and love, the word love is the word that most resembles you. And it's just like this it's definitely like a song about like longing for somebody that is not around anymore. Like that's very apparent. And there's a lot of emotion in it. But I love, it's just like so beautiful, and it sounds like it might, like it's eventually gonna like go somewhere big, but it never does. It just like stays low there. And she did like a very, very beautiful performance of it when at one of her concerts this year. And I love my Taeyang, and I really, really, really loved this song. And I just wanted, in my picks, I wanted to like cover all of my like K-pop bases. Like I got my sexy love jams, I got my bubblegum girl music, and I also spend a lot of time listening to like tragic ballads. I like that part too.
Yeah.
So I had to go with this one. It was a tough choice, but it's the choice that I made.
It's a good choice. It's a beautiful song. And Taeyang is an excellent singer-songwriter who puts a lot of beautiful emotion into her music.
For true. So those were the 10 B-sides that we like rallied together to get.
That we sweated over.
Truly.
I had such a long list, and at a certain point I was just staring at my list with my head in my hands like, how can I choose? It was a Sophie's choice, I'm telling you.
Yeah, and I was so upset because when we did this last year, I said to myself, like, next year, I'm going to keep track of the B-sides I like so that this will be easier. So all year long, every time there was a B-side, I would just chuck it over into a playlist that I didn't look into, like, oh, go save it for the B-list playlist. We were like, okay, open it up. Time to do the episodes. This can be easy. Pick 5. Open the Spotify. 40 songs. And I was like, what have I done? Oh, God. There was too much music this year. There was just too much music
so
this
much
year.
music this year.
But we did it. We tried. We got at least a little chunk. And we hope that you guys enjoyed some of those songs. I hope like you hadn't heard some of them before and that you've heard them. Because that's the beauty of a B-side. Is that like you have to go looking for them. You have to listen to an album in entirety to like.
Yeah, they're not promoted. Usually they're not promoted. And I feel like I specifically tried to choose songs because, a lot of times artists will promote a title track and a second song off the album. So I specifically tried to look for songs that like weren't that second track, even though that could technically be considered a B-side as well, just to try and throw in things that like maybe you haven't heard. But yeah, we hope that you enjoyed these and that it had a little bit of variety. Like, I know I tried to be like, let's try to pick, not Chanyeol. And that was really hard, okay?
We made sacrifices.
It was really hard to do. All of my favorites came out with really good music this year.
I know. So these next couple of episodes are also going to be full of this much woe.
I'm kind of drowning. I'm kind of dreading them.
Right. Because, how do we pick? I don't know. That's for us to figure out
and
another
for you
time.
To find out.
And we'll be right back with our random game. All right, we're back. And the random game is being creepy
as fuck. Like, this is the creepiest it's ever been.
Yeah, ever. Because it picked Taeyang.
Yeah.
Which was like the I just did.
It's legitimately listening to us.
Big brother. But I don't know how it's listening to us. There's too many steps. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
Anyway.
It has a mind of its own.
It does. So Taeyang is... I'm scared now. It's dark in the studio. We're all alone.
I know. We're going to leave it. It's nighttime.
Taeyang, we've talked about her so many times in so many different capacities because she's a person that I love a lot, and she's also the leader of one of the biggest girl groups of all time. Like, yeah, we've talked about her a bunch.
If you want to know a little bit more about Taeyang, because what we're saying right now is that we're just going to give a super brief overview, unlike we usually do in our random game group, because we've talked about her before. So go back, listen to Girls' Generation Deep Dive if you want to know more about her in that capacity. We also, in our solo artist
episode, the breakout solo artist episode,
we talked about her as well as part of a list of other group like different idols from groups who then later went on to debut as soloists. So hit us with the basic facts.
Taeyang, she
debuted as a solo artist.
As a solo artist in 2015. After debuting in her group back in 2007, she has sold 650,000 albums in Korea as of September of this year, making her the highest selling female solo artist in the country. She's very, very, very popular. She's put out 32 singles in total and has filmed 18 music videos by herself.
Sounds crazy.
2 full studio albums, which I said a couple weeks ago when I recommended her new one. She makes huge albums when she makes albums.
Yeah, they have like 14 tracks on them at least.
Yeah, like big albums.
They're huge.
She's also done Christmas albums. She's a beloved voice. She makes like ballads with the like emotion that people want out of them.
She's literally always making music.
Literally always. So I mean, yeah. It's Taeyang. What else am I supposed to say? You know. So we looked up her popular music videos, and her debut music video, which is the song "I" featuring rapper Verbal Jint, is still her most popular music video with 182 million views. Her next video, just for reference, has 60 million views. So very, very many times this video has been viewed. So I guess we just got to watch it, right?
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, here comes Taeyang, I. Sweeping drone shots. Oh, Portland. Oh, she's a waitress.
Oh. Just a normal girl.
Working hard in Portland, Oregon. Oh, now she's in a beautiful field. Running from the drones.
She has pretty soft blonde hair. She's just looking prettily in a meadow. Yeah, with like expensive ass drone shots.
And there's Verbal Jint.
In a completely different country, I'm sure, filming this.
Here's your iced tea, sir. Here's your salad.
I'm just a normal gal.
They're projecting like videos of like flowers. Oh no, the boss is yelling at Taeyang for
Don't
sitting.
Take a break.
If you have time to lean, you have time to clean. Sheeps. Oh, she's wearing such cozy, like, long cardigans and like capey I love that.
And like
cozy look.
Thick knit sweaters.
Feather earrings. Okay, now she's just being a normal girl in her apartment. Oh, her neck hurts from waiting tables.
Waiting tables is hard work.
It does hurt. Oh, she fell asleep on the stairs. Girl, go to bed.
I think she was just closing her eyes. I think she was just blinking.
It was in slow-mo. It looked like she was like, oh, sleep here in the stairs. Just then when her eyes were closed, she looked like Moonbyul.
Yeah, she really did.
They have
maybe it must
profiles.
Be the angle, yeah. It's funny because, like, her scenes are all, like, her just being a normal gal in Portland, like, waiting tables and chilling in a meadow. And then Verbal Jint is in, like, a dark warehouse with, like, projections over him.
Oh, this butterfly.
It's gonna set her free.
It came to the Portland pub house that she works at.
I wonder where these big landscape shots are filmed. Is that what Oregon looks like?
Maybe. I've never been there.
Me either.
But I wouldn't be surprised.
I guess, but that's almost like...
Oh, she's busting in here. And she's going to tell this manager to fuck off.
I'm done.
Mm-mm.
And I'm taking your keys.
Wow, all the people in the bar are shocked.
I feel like that. Oh, I guess Oregon could look like that. I keep thinking it's Scotland.
It does look like the way, but I feel like ocean and like cliffs, it could very well be like the same.
That's true. If anyone here is from Oregon, please let us know
about your cliff situation.
Please send us an assessment of your cliff situation. Also, like, you can't just take the boss's car. I get that you quit, but...
Now you're committing, like, felonies and you're going to get in really big trouble. But hey, the wheel on that car is on the other side. Maybe they did film this part in Ireland.
I said Scotland.
Or Scotland.
Yeah. The UK.
No. Do they drive the cars? I don't know what countries they drive the cars on the other side of the road.
I think everywhere in the UK they drive on the opposite side of the road. But they drive on the same side as us in Korea, don't they?
Yes. But yeah, see the, like, wheels on that.
Oh, you're right. It's on the wrong side.
And it has, like, European-y plates. Interesting. Ooh, that's a look. Look at that black hat. That big plaid.
So she took her boss's keys and she drove all the way from Oregon to Scotland.
She drove around in the ocean. She drove all the way around South America, back up. I mean, it's like, it makes for, the scenery does make a very lovely
beautiful
video. Like,
it's gorgeous.
Oh,
she's
two
meeting herself.
Taeyangs.
I didn't see that coming. One of them is soft and cozy, and the other one is wearing a leather jacket.
Aye.
It really is her, like, meeting herself, taking time off to get to know you.
Wow.
So deep.
Love it. I love my vocal queen. I really do love her. That's really funny that's who we got. Well, normally this is recommendation time, but I feel like I just gave you 5 of them, honestly, unless you have something that you want to recommend.
I did, actually, only in the sense that I was, like, so torn in choosing my Mamamoo B-side.
Oh, yeah.
That even, like, when we walked into the studio today, I was like, I don't know if I can't decide. I don't know if I made the right choice. So I recommend My Star, which is also off of White Wind. And it was the other Mamamoo B-side that I maybe was going to put in my top 5. And then I chose Where Are You instead. I also, as we were listening to Taeyang, remembered the thing about Astro that I was going to say, which is, you know that I love that song because I don't even care that the English in it is really bad. Because the English in it is really bad. They say, like, more better many times, which is not grammatically correct. And they say, like, I don't remember the exact line, but there's a lot of gibberish in it. And it doesn't fucking bother me at all.
Wow. Okay, because that gives me something I can recommend without dipping into my, like, other B-sides that I might try to save for another list. Another GOT7, like, my 2 favorite GOT7 B-sides. I went with The End, but the other one that I was strongly considering is called Page.
Okay.
And I also like that one because of Jackson singing in it. There's a chorus where Jackson goes, "I think I love you."
Oh, like, yeah,
that's how the chorus starts.
I love that song.
Love it. That is a perfect use of his weird growly voice. Like, that's what you should do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So there's my one extra GOT7 song.
Nice.
Page. Love it.
Love it.
Okay.
That's
it. We'll be back next week with more fun end of the year celebrations. And if you you still have time to send us your favorite 2019 memory, amakpoppod@gmail.com. If you want to email us for any other reason, you can also do that. At amakpoppod on Twitter, Instagram. Ask me about K-pop on Amino. We'll be doing another chat soon. So make sure you're part of our community.
And please remember to send in your K-pop highlight by December 7th.
Correct. I love that. I love a good deadline. All right. Very excited to hear from you. Very excited to keep wrapping up this year of too much music with y'all. So we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Chonghyun, you're our inspiration.
But as far as like, it's not research heavy.
Right. The only research is, does my heart feel warm about it? Yes.
Does this spark joy?
Yes. But my Marie Kondo file is way too big.
I know. I can't Marie Kondo my K-pop.